Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that literally touches almost every classroom and community on Earth. We're talking about this really beautiful idea of giving students both roots and wings. How do we hold on to our vibrant, local roots, while at the exact same time gaining the global wings we need to actually fly in this super interconnected world? Well, the secret is all about how we approach language.
And it's a pretty profound question, right? How exactly do you unlock the world without losing your home? We're all trying to balance having a really deep, grounded local identity with these vast, borderless global ambitions. We live in an era where, sure, participating globally is absolutely essential, but at the same time, our cultural identity is more precious than ever. And the key to balancing these two massive forces? It's right there in our educational systems, specifically how we teach and value languages.
Okay, so let's quickly map out our journey for today. Number 1, defining the vital connection. 2, why multilingual education matters. 3, the Filipino context. 4, pathways to internationalization. And finally, number 5, many languages, one future. All right, let's jump right into section 1, defining the vital connection, the link between local and global. First up, we really have to look at our ultimate destination here. We define internationalization as the overarching process of preparing learners for active, effective global citizenship. Basically, it's about taking a student from a purely localized mindset and giving them the awareness, the knowledge, and the skills to step up onto the world stage. It's the big picture goal of modern education today.
Second, we have to define multilingual education. This means using multiple languages for instruction and learning. But, and this is a huge but, actually outlined by organizations like UNESCO, it absolutely begins with the mother tongue. So it doesn't mean abandoning the language you speak around the dinner table at home. Actually, scratch that. It's more like using that foundational language as a sturdy bedrock, and then building other national and international languages right on top of it. This is the essential tool that makes reaching that global destination possible.
So the easiest way to think about it is this. Internationalization is the destination, while multilingual education, that's the vehicle. You just can't achieve true global citizenship without the specific language skills you need to communicate, collaborate, and understand people across borders. Multilingual skills literally hand you the keys to unlock global participation.
Which brings us to section 2, why multilingual education matters. Unlocking cognitive and career benefits. Because look, by learning multiple languages, we are not just rote memorizing vocabulary flashcards. We are literally rewiring the brain for success. The benefits are absolutely massive. Students develop much better intercultural communication, which lets them navigate diverse environments totally seamlessly. It drives higher academic achievement across the board. It opens up these incredible global career opportunities that would otherwise just be locked tight. Plus, it fosters this really deep cultural appreciation. Because let's face it, to learn a language is to learn a culture. And maybe most impressively, it genuinely enhances cognitive development, building stronger, way more flexible critical thinking skills.
Moving on to section 3, the Philippine context, from roots to global reach. To put all this into perspective, the Philippines provides this really fascinating blueprint, championed by institutions like DepEd. It structures learning in this brilliant step-by-step evolution. Step 1 is MTB-MLE. That's mother tongue-based multilingual education in elementary schools. So kids learn from their local context first, using the language they already know and love. Step 2 brings in the official languages, Filipino and English, which builds national unity and broadens their ability to communicate. And then Step 3 layers in foreign languages for those big international opportunities. Languages like Japanese, Korean, Mandarin, or Spanish. It just perfectly hits the nail on the head for our whole theme, rooting students in their local culture before giving them the wings of national and foreign languages.
Let's look at section 4, pathways to internationalization, bridging the gap.
Now, it's wild to think about just how interconnected this entire advocacy ecosystem really is. That localized Philippine context we just talked about, it flows outward, kind of like a river. It moves straight from local neighborhood classrooms directly into this massive global network of internationalization, complete with travel, global partnerships, and totally diverse human interactions.
And when we break down that ecosystem, the pathways are just incredibly clear. These carefully developed language skills, supported by frameworks from higher education bodies like SED, they directly support student exchange programs, so learners can actually thrive in foreign academic settings. They prep students for international employment, making them super competitive in the global workforce. They promote vital, cross-cultural understanding, and ultimately, they develop globally competent graduates who can easily navigate all the crazy complexities of our modern world.
And what's really cool is that this all funnels directly into something so much larger than any single classroom. Multilingual education actively supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4, quality education. By making sure that education is inclusive, equitable, and linguistically diverse, we're basically proving that language diversity isn't just some nice-to-have bonus feature, it is a fundamental pillar of global quality education.
Okay, final section. Section 5. Many languages, one future. Our call to action.
There's a simple idea that perfectly sums up our core theme for today. Every language opens a new door. Every single time a student picks up a new language, they aren't just figuring out new grammar rules. They are unlocking entirely new economies, new friendships, new literature, new perspectives. We absolutely have to preserve our local culture, while at the same time fiercely embracing these global opportunities.
So I want you to remember this phrase: speak more, learn more, lead globally. Because multilingual learners don't just, sit back and participate in the world. They are uniquely equipped to actually lead it. Languages build bridges, and the people who can cross those bridges seamlessly, they're for sure our future global leaders.
But to actually make this happen, we need some serious collective action. This is a call to action for every level of society. Schools have got to actively strengthen their multilingual programs. Students need to be encouraged to deeply, truly value their mother tongue while they're out there embracing global languages. Teachers are on the front lines, tasked with promoting real cultural inclusion inside their classrooms. And communities? Well, communities have to act as the ultimate support system, protecting and celebrating language diversity as a shared superpower.
Ultimately, as we wrap up the key takeaways from this explainer, it's so clear that multilingual education is about way more than just learning vocabulary words. It really isn't just about speaking languages. It's fundamentally about inclusion, respect, and global competence. It equips learners to genuinely succeed in a super interconnected world, letting them be globally competitive without ever having to sacrifice who they are or where they come from.
So, before we sign off on this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought to maybe act upon for your own global journey. The world is out there waiting, and the bridges to reach it, they're built entirely with words. So which language will open your next door?